Where were you? Where were you when Relisha really needed you? And yeah, you here advocating for her now, but you should be digging in the dirt too. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is B Octavia. I'm a journalist, entrepreneur, and mother from DC, and this here is my channel. Now, if you haven't checked out Crush on You Beauty, make sure that you do. And also Be the Brand, which is my clothing line. I will have new designs coming soon, new visuals, all that. But today, I want to talk about Relisha Rudd. And I want to talk about what I saw. And what I saw, I didn't like. So without, making any more innuendos or whatever, let me just tell you what I saw. I saw Relisha Rudd's mother on Steve Wilkos again with no updates. Okay? To inform everybody of who Relisha Rudd is and why her story is very important to me. Relisha Rudd is from DC, and her story is a lot like mine was, a dysfunctional childhood. And within looking at Relisha Rudd, when this whole thing came out of her being missing, I looked into her eyes when I seen the picture, and it was something that was very familiar. It's a child that has been traumatized, may be depressed, and overall just wants something better. A life that's better, an environment that's better, more peaceful. And that's what a lot of kids growing up in DC want, and that's something that we don't get, whether it be due to family issues, family violence, or it could be a number of things. But Relisha Rudd's story is very important to me because she's still missing to this day. And it has been years upon years where the whole DC has wondered. The whole DC and nationwide has wondered what happened to Relisha Rudd. Now, let me circle back and talk about what I witnessed. So, from the first Steve Wilkos appearance that she did, right? And to this one, I can tell that there is a significant weight. I can definitely tell in her weight. I can definitely tell by the look of her face that it has to be an enormous amount of drug use. And like I told y'all, there were no updates. And my thing is, why would you come on TV talking about your daughter that's been missing for a very long time and have nothing to say to anybody who's really concerned? I was waiting for her to say that the police said something, or I was waiting for her to say that even she looked herself for her child. I'd be digging in the dirt. On a real note, I would be digging in the dirt. I don't care where. I'd be going everywhere to look for my child. I wouldn't just be circling back to Steve Wilkos when the first time didn't bring any major leads. What are you doing? Other than it being for money. And that's the sad thing. That's exactly what it is. It's all for money. You're not even caring that people despise you. People really dislike you to a certain degree. Like me, as a mother, I can't stand that. I can't stand a parent who's comfortable coming out and talking about their child as if they didn't even know them, You ain't even crying or nothing. What is really going on? You're not showing no type of emotion. I would be a shell of myself. It would be hard for me not to cry every day. And you just gonna sit up here and tell me that there are no updates? You shouldn't have came. Now, the thing about it is this. The father was there too. Or at least I think that's the father, you know. You know how that go. But he really cared for Relisha, right? My thing is, fathers, if you really care enough, you gotta act on that. If your children are in a situation where they are in a shelter, you have to do what needs to be done so that they can get out of that position. Where were you? And don't take it as an attack, but where were you? Where were you when Relisha really needed you? And where were you in the amount of days that she was really missing that nobody knew? Where were you? That's really all I have to say. And yeah, you here advocating for her now, but you should be digging in the dirt too. What's going on? What is really going on? I would have, by now, honestly, I would have sucked the Potomac River dry. It'd be no water left. I would have sucked it dry. Even if DC didn't want me to, I would have sucked that river dry. Just in hopes to find my child. I would be putting up the funds, asking people for donations so that you can look for your child. That's what it's all about. I really don't see that he's doing anything either. And it's like, damn, if the parents ain't doing shit, then nothing's really gonna be done. DC is more unorganized than a lot of people know. And if you're not causing major attention to your daughter's case on a daily basis, it's nothing gonna be done. Nothing. You can post as many pictures as you want. It won't mean a motherfucking thing if you're not putting real action towards it. And with the father, it's like, when are you going to do that? You didn't do that when she was around and people saw her and she was alive and well as far as we knew. You wasn't there. So it made me angry to see him too, because it's like, yeah, you telling her what she need to know. Where's Relisha? Where's Relisha? But at the same time, where was you? Where was your antennas? You can't say where's Relisha now and call out the mother now. He did that before too. But you can't do that if you wasn't there. If you wasn't helping. If you wasn't in her life on a daily basis, checking on her mentally. Being in a shelter is no joke. It's nothing fun about that. So, regardless if she was around this predator man that took her or any other person, you know, if he get to work there, he get to have a job, right? And he get to work there. Follow me. He get to work there and he's a pedophile predator. Just imagine how many of those are in the shelter. And they ain't gonna talk about that. You realize pedophiles and stuff like that, they only talk about their needs and desires with the ones that they need and desire. That's it. They're not gonna tell it to nobody else, because they already know that it's wrong. Man, I tell you, it made me upset. It didn't give me a good feeling all the way around, no matter how you put it. You know, no matter how you put it, it just didn't give me a good feeling at all to see them on Steve Wilkos again. You gotta, like, during the time that you had since the last episode that y'all was on, Y'all should have really been making some type of segue on finding out what happened to her. Like, hello? And it's no accountability with the mother, and that's why I know that she knows. And a guilty person is always going to put themselves out there. You know, that's just a fact that y'all need to know. A guilty person is always going to just put themselves out there and be out for themselves while still being guilty. You know, it's like very contradictory. Man, it ain't nothing that you can tell me if you're not going to tell me where Relisha is or what happened to her. When was the last time you really seen her? You know, what did you and this Khalil person even talk about? What did y'all talk about for you to be comfortable to let your child go with him? Like, hello? I think I got a DM or something that was saying that I wasn't keeping up hope for Relisha to be alive. Now, the thing about that is, I'm just thinking of everything that happened in the timeline that it happened. This Khalil person did not kill his wife for no reason. He did not kill himself for no reason. And he did not take Relisha to a hotel for no reason, you know. Could she be alive? Yeah, in a sense where we talking about sex trafficking and slavery and stuff like that. I don't want to think about that. You know, I don't want to think about anybody being taken from where they were born and raised to be tortured. I don't want to think about that at all. I don't think that that's living. I don't think that that's life. And honestly, I don't think that anybody in DC has a good enough heart to sit up and raise somebody else's child and not say nothing or not want no benefit from it. You know, I don't see that. Just being from DC, I just don't see it. I think that if that would have been an option, they would have turned her in already. A child is very expensive. You telling me you're not going to reap no benefit of raising a child that you don't know, and like, it don't make sense. Unfortunately, I feel like she met her demise shortly before this Khalil person took his life, which is very unfortunate. But I still, you can't let that type of stuff rest though. Like, you can't sit up and let that type of stuff rest where it's like she wasn't put to rest. So in my eyes, it's like, I can't live with that. I can't live with her not having a resting place. That's not right. It's not right. So I'm making this video in hopes that some divers, like, DC really need to get on it. Like, get some divers, get some expert divers. I seen this YouTube channel called The Adventure Team, I think it's called. The Adventure Team. I'm going to put it on the screen. But basically, they go to rivers, lakes, and stuff like that. And they find people, okay? They find people in their cars. You know, they done went missing 30 years ago. And they find them. So, you know, I know it'll be harder to find a body and just a body. But I really hope that somebody can find Relisha and she can be laid to rest with a very beautiful headstone, because that's what she deserves, you know. Her mother don't deserve, father don't deserve until he work. You can say whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want to say, but action. You need to take action. None of y'all deserves nothing. Y'all don't even deserve the TV, you know, being on TV and getting paid for it. Y'all don't deserve that. Y'all need to go work. Y'all really need to go find y'all daughter. I really don't get it. I'd be on my hands and knees. My fingers would be through. You know, I'd be knocking on doors every day and night. I mean, it's just something about losing a child or having a child be taken that I just can't even fathom. Like,